The One and Only Bob by Katherine Applegate. Sequel to the Newbery Medal winner, The One and Only Ivan. Dedication for my family, human, feline, and of course, canine. Epigraph. For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love. Carl Sagan. To err is human, to forgive, canine. Unknown. Contents. Canine Glossary. Let's play. Life's good. Get lost. I'm scared. I'm cool. I surrender. Bed boogie. Circular dance performed by dogs before settling into bed. Probably a primitive nesting behavior. Co-pilot. Dog riding in car, often with head poking out of a window, open window. See also drool flag. Crazy mutt. Exuberant greeting ritual. Drool flag. Visible tongue protrusion, frequently displayed during co-piloting or meal preparation. Frap. Frenetic random activity period. Synonym, zoomies. Full wag. The happiest tail position. A relaxed circular swish, sometimes including hip wiggles. Fur on alert. Raised hair on a dog's neck and back. An involuntary reaction, often caused by fright or aggression. Head tilt. Quizzical look employed to charm gullible humans. Leave it. The world's worst command, especially when applied to food. Meeball. Dried excrement thrown at observers. Origin, gorilla, informal. Play bow. Body position with elbows down and rear up, signaling an invitation to have fun. Rhymes with pet threat. Vet. An otherwise kind human armed with thermometers and needles. Tailspin. 1. Chase involving the flexible appendage attached to the rear of most canines. 2. Informal and embarrassing or quixotic effect. Toe twitcher. Dream. Often squirrel focused, resulting in foot movement. Tug of war string. A long, though never long enough, piece of fabric or leather used to lead humans during walks. UFO. 1. Unidentified food object, often found under kitchen tables or couch cushions. 2. Unidentified floor object, hopefully edible. 3. Unidentified flying object, usually a stick, flying disc, or slobber-covered tennis ball. Water bowl of power. 1. Jumbo-sized ceramic dish. 2. Uncomfortable human chair, generally found in bathrooms. Zoomies. Sudden bursts of energy, usually involving chaotic dashes through the house. Informal, see also frap. 1. Confession. Look, nobody's ever accused me of being a good dog. I bark at empty air, I eat cat litter, I roll in garbage to enhance my aroma. I harass innocent squirrels. I hog the couch. I lick myself in the presence of company. I'm no saint, okay? And while I'm at it, I may or may not have eaten a pepperoni pizza with anchovies when nobody was looking. Also, I may or may not have eaten a coconut vanilla birthday cake when nobody was looking. Also, I may or may not have eaten a Thanksgiving turkey, except the stuffing way too much rosemary when nobody was looking. Nobody looking, that seems to be the common thread. As they say on the crime shows, motive and opportunity. Robert. Name's Bob. I'm a mutt of uncertain heritage. Definitely some Chihuahua, with a smidgen of Papillion on my father's side. You're probably thinking I'm some wimpy lap dog, The kind you see poking out of an old lady's purse like a hairy keychain. But size ain't everything. It's swagger, attitude. You gotta have the moves. Probably I should have been named Bruiser or Bam Bam or Bandit. But Bob's what I got, and Bob'll do me just fine. Julia named me. Long time ago. She's my girl. She calls me Robert when I get on her nerves. Happens pretty often, to be honest. Numero uno. There's an old saying about us dogs. Goes like this. It's no coincidence that man's best friend can't talk. Let me tell you something. If we could talk to people, they'd get an earful. You ever hear anyone mention man being dog's best friend? Nope. Didn't think so. Way I've always figured it. End of day, you gotta be your own best friend. Look out for numero uno. Learned that one the hard way. That's not to say I don't have a best pal. I do. Gorilla. Name of Ivan. Big guy. And I go way back, way back. Gorilla and dog. Yep, I know. You don't see that every day. Long story. I love that big old ape. Ditto our elephant friend, Ruby. They're the best. How we met. The first time I met Ivan, I was a homeless puppy. Desperate, starving, all alone. It was the middle of the night, and I'd slipped into the mall where Ivan lived in a cage. I wandered a bit, grateful for the warmth, confused by the weird assortment of sleeping animals I found there, checking every trash can for anything edible. There was a small hole in a corner of Ivan's enclosure. He was fast asleep, cuddled up with a worn stuffed animal that looked like a weary gorilla. He was snoring, and man, that guy snored like a pro. In his open palm was a chunk of banana, and I still get shivers when I think about this. I ate it right out of his hand. Guy could have squeezed his fingers shut and I would have popped like a puppy balloon. But he just kept on sleeping. And then more shivers. I am either a maniac or the bravest dog on the planet. Probably a little of both. I hopped up onto that big round furry tummy of his. That's right. I climbed Mount Ivan. Crazy, I know. I have no idea what I was thinking. Maybe I was so exhausted I went a little bonkers. Maybe he just looked so warm and cozy that I figured it was worth taking a chance. I did my bed boogie. Dogs don't feel right till we do a quick dance before settling. Once I had things just so, I lay down in a little puppy lump and rode the waves on that tummy like a puny boat on a great brown sea. When Ivan opened his eyes the next morning, he didn't seem surprised in the least to find a puppy snoozing on his belly. He refused to move until I woke up. I think he was glad as I was, to have found a new friend. The amazing history of man's best friend. Before long, me and Ivan were best buddies. We're an unlikely pair, sure. Ivan's calm and serene, a philosopher, an artist. I wish I could be more like that. No one's ever accused me of being level-headed. Hot-headed, sure. And I can't talk pretty like Ivan can. I'm a street dog, after all, and proud of it. Still, we clicked, in a way I never had with humans. Man's best friend? No way. Gorilla's best friend? You bet. It seems to me the first time I ever heard that phrase, man's best friend, was while I was watching TV with Ivan. Back in the day, Ivan had this little television and we watched a lot of stuff together. Old movies, westerns, cartoons, you name it. Poor guy was stuck in a cage. Didn't have a lot else to do except throw meatballs at gaping humans. Anyway, me and Ivan, big fans of the tube. Cat food commercials, pro bowling, dancing with the stars. What's not to like? Once, we watched this special on the Nature Channel. It was called The Amazing History of Man's Best Friend. Show was all about famous dogs. There were rescue dogs and therapy dogs and war dogs and fire dogs and movie dogs and this dogs and that dogs. And between you and me, most of them were just plain overachievers. Then they got to this dog named Hash something or other, Hatchet Toe, maybe. Seems his owner died. For the record, I object to the word owner, but we'll set that aside for now. And Hatch something or other sat around for 9 years in the same spot at the same train station day after day, waiting for him to return. Thing is, the narrator guy was blabbing on and on about this dog. Really over the top stuff. How loyal. How loving. Break out the Kleenex. Blah, blah, blah. Wah, wah, wah. Man's best friend. They made a statue of this dog. I kid you not. A statue of the dog who sat around 9 years waiting for a dead guy.